Hello guys. In the last video we designed this part of our screen. In this video we will design the rest of the part. So first let's see the design. We need to design this simple sales revenue text and these four cards. For this sales revenue text we can use simply a text, and then we will discuss how we will design these four cards. This is our sales screen composable. In this first we used this row layout, so let's minimize it from here, and this is the lazy row. For that bars, let's minimize it also, and after these two we will use a simple text. First let's see the preview, then we will discuss about these parameters. So here we have used this fill max width so that this text covers the maximum width of the phone screen, and also I have given this padding, only vertical padding, because I need some space before this sales revenue text and after this sales revenue text. And we have used this font size to 26 sp, and also that Ubuntu font we pasted in that font folder. Now we need to design those four cards. So let's see the design how we can. For these four cards, first we will take a row layout. In that row layout we will take two columns. For these first two cards, we will put these two cards in the first column and other two cards in the second column. So in this way we will place all these four cards in our screen. So first let's design these layouts. So in this way, first we will take a row layout, and in that row layout we have said fill max width. So this row will cover the maximum width, and also this column layout we have given a weight to 1f 1f. It means that it will take the half width for this column and half width for this other second column. So in this way, first we will put two cards in the first column and other two cards in this second column. So we need to design a single card, and then we will reuse that card four times. So here we will make another composable function called info card. So how we will design a single info card? So let's see. For a single card, we can take a box and give some background for that box, and in that box there will be a column layout. So in that column layout there will be a first icon, and then main text, and then simple text, subtext. So in this way we will design our single info card. So like this, first we will take a box, and in that box there will be a column, and in that column we will use an icon, and then text in the that main text we will take a bigger font size, and for that smaller text we will say take a smaller font, and in these both texts we will use this font, and we need this bigger font in the bold color, so I have used this font weight to bold. Now we will use this info card in that those columns. So here we will say we need info card and one more. Like this we need two info cards in this column. So now let's see the preview. Now we need to change a few things. First we will change this icon size to smaller, and also we need to change the color of all these threes to white. Like this we have used the modifier in this icon, and we have given the size 25 dp, and also with the help of this tint parameter we have used white color. In the text composable there is a parameter color, so here we have used the white color in both these text. So now let's see the changes. Now these four boxes have no width and height, so that's why they have taken the least size. So first we will give some height and width to this box. So in this way we will give our the size of our card like fill max width. It means whatever will be the width of the parent, so it will take the maximum width. So it will take the maximum width of that single column. And height we need, because we need height different for different cards, so that's why I have used this parameter, and in this way we will provide the height through the parameter. So now these four cards are giving error, so we will provide height to each cards. So now let's see the changes. So now we need to say give some color to that box, so we can see our card, and also these text has been placed in the top corner because we didn't provide the content alignment of that box. So first we will change these two things. So in this way we will give the background of our card white background, but we need the 10% transparency of that white color. So with the help of this copy function we will take the white color and we will provide the alpha value 0.1 f, means 10%. Alpha means transparency, so it will give this white color 10% transparency, means we can see through background also through this card. And also content alignment center, because we need this content in the center of that box. And also these three icons and text should be center. So we have provided this horizontal alignment center. So now let's see the changes. Now what we need to change is we need to give some space between these two columns and also between these two cards in both columns. So for that, in this row, first we will give some space between these two columns with the help of spacer width 20 dp, and also in these two columns some between these. So like this we have given some space between these two columns and also in those two columns between those two cards, like this height, and here also same height 20 dp. So now let's see the changes. This looks good, but we need to give rounded corner to that box. For that we will use the clip modifier. Rounded corner shape 30 dp. So now let's see. Now we need different information in all these four cards. So for that we will use with the help of this with the help of parameters we will provide those three different values. So in this way we will provide our icon, main text and subtext. So we will use that icon here. So that icon will be different in every card, and content description we will use the main text, and here main text, subtext. So now we need to provide these these three values differently in every cards. So in this way we will give these parameters value differently in every card. So now let's see the preview. Now we can see in every card there is a different value, and one more thing we need to give that in between all these three there is no gap. So what we will do, we will in this main text we will give some padding. So in this main text we have given some padding, only vertical padding, because we need some space before this main text and after this main text. So now let's see the changes. Now we can see our screen is looking perfect. Now let's run our screen in emulator also. In our emulator, our screen is not looking as we expected, because as we can see that in our preview that these below cards are looking bigger, longer, and in our emulator these two cards are not that much longer. This is because in our preview screen this screen has more height than this emulator phone's his screen. And also we have given the fixed height to these cards. That's why for the above cards this has taken the full height, but for these below cards it has taken all the available height. How we can deal with this thing? We can give some dynamic height to these cards, so whatever will be the screen size, so it will not affect our card height and width ratio. So for that, let's minimize this emulator, and what we will do, we will take delete this parameter and make a new parameter called modifier of type modifier, and we will use this modifier parameter here, and also delete this height because we will give our height to this card in that column. So let's go above. Here first we will say that it needs to, this column needs to be fill max height. So what it means? It means whatever will be the height will be left for this column, so it will take the maximum height. Same, we will take this maximum height in that other column. Now what we will do, we will give some weight to these three things. So how we will give the height? Like we have said it here, fill max height means whatever will be the height left, it will take the maximum height, this column. And this column will divide the height into 20 parts. So first it will give the eighth part to this first info card, and one part to this spacer, and the other 11 parts to this next info card. In the same way we will give some weight to our these columns card. So in the second column what we have did, again we have divided this column into 20 parts, and we have given 10 parts to this first info card because we need bigger card, and again space to this spacer one part, and for the second info card 8 parts, and in the last we also need some space. So again I have given 1f. So in this way when we total these four values it will be 20f. So in this way it will divide this column height into these four composables. So now first let's see the preview in this So in this preview we can say it has not affected much because this preview screen is bigger, but when we let's run this in the emulator and see the changes. We can see that in our emulator despite this emulator's screen is little bit smaller, but it has adjusted these four cards accordingly in the same ratio, like we can see here. So this is looking perfect. So in this project we will design only this screen. So thanks for watching.